Hey guys, what's up? Crazy Puerto Rican here today to review Tokyo Ghoul Route A Episode 8. Now, this episode talks about the owl's past. Well, Kaneki, as you know in the last episode, went to talk with the manager of the coffee shop, and what the conversation they were having was about the owl. Kaneki wanted to know more about the owl, so the manager tells him the owl was a ghoul. But this is it's not just any ghoul. He was approached by some people to help him kill both humans and ghouls. Now that's something that I found interesting and I loved because they explained it very well and didn't take too long, so it wasn't dragged out and boring. So yeah. So this ghoul, he had a really tragic past, and he used to go to this coffee shop where this woman, well, a lot, because this woman would already recognize him and tell him, okay, I know your coffee, yada yada. And he was alone, and the woman pretty much, like, they fell in love, and the woman saw him killing, as a ghoul, and killing people and other ghouls, and she didn't like run, she wasn't scared, she hugged him and said, you were alone, weren't you? And that part really got me. It was like, oh shit, that was a really amazing. It's a really amazing, but it's a tragic at the same time. So yeah. Anyways, after that they get married and they're gonna have a child. And well, actually they were already married when she found out that. So sorry about that. Anyways, they're gonna have a child, and she was there. The shop could not be a ghoul only by a miracle, but then the coffee shop manager said that she made a miracle, and it was half ghoul half human, so it had the one eye, making me think, at first I thought Rize, but then I was like, no, Rize had both eyes. So yeah. Anyways, after that, the manager keeps telling him the story, and they have the child, but some guys are after him. So I think it was from the investigator guys, but I'm not sure because they were like really dark, so we couldn't see them. But they actually are following them and killed the wife and the guys with the kid, and he's really sad, the owl. So he goes ahead and kills everyone, but trying to protect the child, but the child was already gone. Gone as in like someone took him. Or her. It was a her, I believe. And yeah, well, it was pretty much that. Like, it was for 6 minutes, telling us that. And later we find out, yes, my child. He says, yes, my child. So is the manager is the owl. That is something really interesting, and kind of a, not plot twist, like, whoa, shit. And the rest of the episode, like, was mostly about Toka. She was really depressed because she's after that talk with Kaneki, who wouldn't, but she's developed a lot since season 1. I love how she's developed ever since season 1 ended, because it's been amazing. She's now she's likes Kaneki, and of course we all know that, but that's not it. Thing is, she's depressed, and her friends try to cheer her up, saying, hey, why don't you crash in my place? But she says no, she's gonna stay at her relatives. And Toka later tells her to like stay with her and whatever. And it was really, like a really emotional part. After that, one of the investigator guys, the one that we saw last episode, which entered left the coffee shop, said, I will be back. He came back, but it was not for a particular reason, because the only reason it was because it was snowing and really cold. He wanted a coffee, and the manager says, okay, I'll give you coffee, may I join you? And it was really silent for a little bit, but it was still like the emotions. Yeah. Anyways, he later says it's on the house, but the investigator is like, I couldn't, but he was like started to think, we don't know what, but he started thinking like, If you insist, then fine. Then after that, some of the other guys that work in the coffee shop showed up and got some coffee. And what's interesting about this is that the manager said, "Well, yeah, I hope you enjoy it," and like that, or something like that. Even if it's my last, or something like that. Like the manager, this was the manager's episode basically. Like Toka had a lot in this episode, but the main guy in this was the manager, which was the owl. And he said, "Well, my wish couldn't be granted." And that is that he is, since he is the owl and the girl was taken, the girl was taken, and shit, that's he couldn't like see her again, shit, or save her. But I had this is my theory. I think that the girl with the bandages all around, like she was with the snow, and it could be because the show tells, like, it's hinting at that, but I don't know. Anyways, it was a really good episode. This is the kind of episode I liked. Like, not like it had its moments of action, but not too much. And it was a very good, well tell story and storytelling. Like I like, for example, there's good shows with the storytelling and not much action, and there's good shows with good storytelling and good action. But some other shows just are like, oh, I'm gonna focus on the action, fuck the storytelling. So yeah, anyways, it was a good episode. You should give it a watch if you haven't. Tokyo Ghoul is amazing. Anyways, I can't wait for the next episode. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your comments below. Remember to subscribe, and later, guys.